Jonas gonna hold it.
Okay.
All right, Chief.
All right. So good evening, everybody. I wanted to begin by telling you that we have made progress today. We have 3 of the escapees are now in custody. We have active leads on the other escapees. We have approximately 200 agents, officers out there. People are talking. We appreciate that. We know that the second person that we got into custody was actually an actual Crime Stopper tip. And Darlene Cosenza will speak to you again at the close of this brief update for you. But the 3 people that we do have in custody are Kendall Miles, Robert Moody, and Dakinan Dennis. Those are the 3 that are currently in custody. We want to remind people to call Crime Stoppers at 504-822-1111. We always say this, but it's very important that people understand we don't need your name. We don't want your name. We just want your information. And if it does lead to the capture of one of these escapees, it's $5,000 cash. And that is in addition to what the FBI is offering. And I will have the special agent in charge address that when he is ready. Earlier today, we have been very, very proactive as well here in NOPD and with our partners. We made sure that our children were looked after. We sent NOPD cars out to the schools to have a high presence. We have removed at least a couple of people who had concerns for their safety. We got them in safe houses. You heard earlier in the earlier broadcast about the constables was stepping up to help make sure our judges who had some concern to be also protected and have a presence. We know of the 3 that were taken into custody, they were taken in New Orleans. But regardless of who or which agency actually makes the capture, whether it's the U.S. Marshals, FBI, NOPD, Sheriff, it does not matter. But we will deem all escapees as Louisiana state prisoners. They will be LSP's prisoners. They will not be booked into the Orleans Parish, and other arrangements have been made for those bookings. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to our colonel of the LSP, and he can give you a little bit more information about that. So, Colonel?
Thank you, Chief. Good evening, everyone. Robert Hodges, Superintendent, Louisiana State Police. As you see by our support with the FBI, the U.S. Marshals, and other agencies that are in the field right now actively working, ATF, DEA, Homeland Security investigations, all our federal partners, as well as other state partners that aren't here now, probation and parole. We're all working in conjunction with the NOPD, our neighboring sheriffs, to locate the 7 remaining fugitives that escaped from the jail. Our responsibility remains consistent across the state with public safety. Tonight and through the weekend, and however long it takes, we are leveraging all of our equipment, our personnel, our investigative tools and technology to ensure that we locate, apprehend, and bring the 7 remaining to justice. But we can't do it alone. As the chief said, we need your help, and Ms. Cosenza from the Crime Stoppers will speak as well to talk about you have to call the tip line, as well as the FBI, and in addition, the State Police Fusion Center at 1-800-925-4192. That's 1-800-925-4192, the State Police Fusion Center. If you have any information regarding the 7 remaining, anything, please call us. We need your help to make Louisiana safe. We recognize that some of these individuals may have left the city and moved out into other parishes and possibly left Louisiana. And that's why we have our federal partners here with us who have leveraged all of their resources to keep not only New Orleans safe, but all Louisiana. So just again, with regard to our role, yes, we will take custody of those prisoners and we'll make arrangements to ensure that they are properly booked and relocated to one of the 8 state prisons in Louisiana. Thank you.
FBI.
Thank you, Chief. Colonel Hodges. Good evening. The FBI remains committed to assisting our state, local, and federal partners in recapturing the remaining 7 inmates who escaped. To do this, we need your help. We appreciate all the tips we've received so far. We have agents and analysts working 24/7 to receive more tips. So please call and help us accomplish this task. It's going to take everybody doing their part to recapture the remaining inmates. If you have any information, and it doesn't matter what time of day, please call 1-800-CALL-FBI, or you can submit your tip online by going to fbi.gov/New Orleans fugitives, or contact our Crime Stoppers partners. Thank you very much.
Darlene.
Well, first I want to thank y'all who called in or sent in tips online or through our app. And we saw success from that. We have 1 apprehension because of your tips. And we're just going to, again, encourage you to see the team behind us. All information is being vetted, federal, state, local. That's an incredible network that you should feel so strong about, knowing that public safety is the key here. And taking your information, you're part of that team. So again, with Crime Stoppers, you're going to be anonymous. You know that. You know the number, 822-1111. We have a $2,000 cash reward for each escapee's arrest. The FBI has another $5,000. Make the call, send the tip, don't delay, and thank you.
All right, we'll have 1 round of questions. We'll start with Foxy.
Do we have any more information about the 3 OPSO employees that were suspended?
Good evening, everyone. Again, the point of this press conference tonight is to focus on apprehending the 7 remaining fugitives. We're not going to discuss anything that happened prior to the escape of those offenders or inmates. That needs to remain everyone's focus. So the tips when you call in, please, we need the public's help. It's your city, it's your state. We want it safe for your family, your friends, those who came in town for the high school and college graduations this weekend across the state. We need your help. So I just respect that all the other stations and media that's here, please, questions related to our investigative efforts to apprehend the 7 remaining. Thank you.
I think that's Katie. Is that Katie next?
Katie Rice from CBS News. Question for you. Two questions. First, just in the way you were able to describe about how one of the first inmates that you apprehended was found hiding in a parking garage, can you explain the details a little more clearly about how these other 2 were apprehended? And also then moving forward, do you have evidence that shows any of these folks have left the state at this point?
So we have strong investigative leads on the remaining 7. We're confident that they will eventually be apprehended. With regard to the 3 that are in custody now, they were in various parts throughout the city. Specifically, their apprehension, although we were able to take them all without any trips to seek medical attention, we still had people to ensure, our EMS, to ensure that everyone was okay at the scene. But we don't want to really give up the exact how and where we located them specifically. Just know that all investigative tools and technology that law enforcement has were utilized in the apprehension, but none more important than the public's help and giving us that information through Crime Stoppers really is a force multiplier in our investigative efforts.
Okay, Jonah.
Can you talk to you a little bit? We're hearing about a police presence on Canal Street. Do you know anything about that presence or a suspect? But also, talk to how every second is critical at this point.
Well, for your first part, look, there's police officers, sheriff's deputies, troopers, FBI agents, U.S. Marshals, ATF agents, HSI agents, all over the metropolitan area and throughout the state right now. Yes, every second is critical. As we get leads and tips, we investigate them. For an officer safety perspective, we always want to make sure we have a large group to ensure the safety of the public who's there in that area, as well as those who are working the investigation, and the safe and secure apprehension of those who are fugitives. Each second does count. Certainly, the sooner we can apprehend them, the sooner everyone can be rest assured that they are no longer a threat to the public. These are violent offenders who escape, and we have to bring them back. And they will go to a state prison.
26. So there was a shooting in New Orleans East at the Willow recently. I believe it may have been an officer-related one. Does that have any connection with this situation currently, or is that a completely separate incident?
Right. So it was an event in which there were law enforcement federal partners who were out there actually on surveillance of a target home, and completely independent, they heard gunfire erupt. And when they went to that particular scene, which had nothing to do with this particular investigation, that matter has been dealt with. No one has been injured. No law enforcement was involved in the exchange of gunfire, and it is not connected.
Last question goes to Channel 4.
What do you guys have to say to the public? You know, there's still 7 people on the run here. We talked to some people in schools that are scared to walk outside. You know, kind of, do you have anything to put their mind at ease, or, you know, are they in any danger just walking around the streets?
What we can say is that we'll speak to the fact that the people who are the fugitives right now are dangerous people. Is the general public right now, should they panic? And the answer is no. Now, our number one mission, despite anything else right now, is to get these people in custody. So I think you can still, fully enjoy graduation ceremonies tomorrow, having dinner out, the things that you would normally do. However, we just ask that you are mindful and you're attentive. You call us if you think that something is out of order. You call us. Sometimes people think, well, I don't want to call 911. What if I am wrong? But what if you're right? And so call us. But don't panic. Just simply continue living and enjoying life, but just be cautious. That's what we have. And we're going to keep you updated until every single one of them are accounted for and back in custody. So we think that based on the leads we've been getting, these are active and real leads. So keep talking to us. We need you.
All right, thank you all for coming out. We appreciate it. Should we have any further information, we'll send that in the form of press release. Thank you.
So I'm going to give a round of applause for Jonathan. He didn't move.